It is still coming down. It is not safe on the roads.
No, and I'm sure a lot of kids are kind of enjoying the extra break there, especially in Mass with New Hampshire going into the February break this week here. It is light and fanciful to look at it outside, but again, the danger is still there, and the danger is likely to remain there for several hours. Let's go outside and talk about what the conditions look like here. This is our downtown camera right now, and to be quite honest with you, you can maybe even make out one singular figure at the bottom of the screen, and that is the green line, okay? That's our Museum of Science camera. As of right now, the center of the storm is well off the coast right now, but the influences are there well inland across New England, from northern New England all the way south on I-95, including down towards D.C. We are dealing with thick bands of snow here, friends, and mainly areas have been dealing with these thick bands of snow for the past several hours. Even as we came in earlier this morning around 3 a.m., some of the bands were beginning to pick up and also move up to the north. It's beginning to have that sort of northwesterly track, that west-northwesterly track, and I believe what's happening right now is the storm is sort of getting ready to kind of pivot and move a bit farther eastward, okay? And once that begins to happen, we're going to start to drag down some more northerly winds, which are drier winds, less moisture contact, and that affects the snowfall factor. That means we're going to start to have lighter weighted snow there, and I think more blowing snow, less of that compactful, heavy, wet snow, that backbreaking snow, more of that sort of kind of beautiful snow globe type of snow. But still, nonetheless, I think several inches could actually be on top of this could be actually the cherry on top once the storm begins to pull away, because those bands are still going to have enough moisture to allow for even a few more inches. Winds, of course, is a major factor. Nor'easter, northeast winds. The influences are going to be there for widespread power outages the farther south and east that you go. Some of these bands that you can see there east of 95 and also south of the Mass Pike, this is a very thick band, and it's been going on for quite some time. And I think because it's been going on quite some time, a lot of the assessments and sort of kind of the rates of snowfall there are kind of unknown right now because the conditions are just too dangerous. What we do know is what radar is showing us, and we know enough to know that as we interrogate the radar and really hone in, we know the factors remain unchanged from the forecast. Temperatures, okay, temperatures right now are also sort of dialing up a little bit, around 32 to 33 degrees. That means we're adding a little bit more moisture, but the ambient surrounding air is cold enough to maintain snow. It just has a little bit more of a moisture factor. Lighter, fluffier snow, the colder temperatures are north and west. We're still in the mid to upper 20s there. These are the numbers that my colleagues have been forecasting for the past few days or so. These numbers are still standing because we actually still think we're still going to get at least 1.5 feet of snow, up to 2 feet, with some isolated amounts now, likely to be around 2.5 feet, maybe up to 3 feet of snow. 3 feet, again, is on the high end, and I think the probability of that is still relatively low, but nonetheless, we could still be talking about a jackpot zone. Where do we go from here? I know this is exhausting, okay, and certainly at this point in the season, we've probably pretty much had enough of snow. We're going to keep the temperatures in the 30s here. We are expecting a quickly moving clipper system between Wednesday and Thursday. We'll keep a close eye on that. But the weekend so far looks pretty gorgeous. Mid 40s and sunshine, Bree.